Amber Renee Hagerman, born on November 25, 1986, was a bright, joyful child growing up in Arlington, Texas. To many who knew her, Amber was more than just a little girl. She was a symbol of innocence, kindness, and the simple beauty of childhood. She was the daughter of Donna Williams, formerly Donna Whitson, a devoted mother working toward her GED to build a better future for her family, and Richard Hagerman, her father. Though Amber's parents were no longer together by the time of her abduction, both remained involved and loved their daughter deeply. Amber lived primarily with her mother, alongside her younger brother, Ricky, whom she adored. From an early age, Amber displayed a warm and nurturing spirit. Family often described her as a little mommy, caring, responsible, and always protective of Ricky. Her kindness radiated in everything she did. At school, Amber thrived. She attended elementary school in Arlington, where classmates remembered her as pretty, nice, and friendly. She loved learning, and her mother proudly kept a scrapbook filled with Amber's awards for good grades and perfect attendance, a testament to her dedication and love for school. In fact, in 1995, Amber appeared in a local news segment about welfare reform, where she showed her scrapbook on camera. While academically driven, Amber was still every bit a child full of wonder. She loved riding her pink bicycle, playing with her Barbie dolls, and enjoyed stories of brave heroines like Disney's Pocahontas. She was also a member of a Girl Scout troop, a sign of her involvement in community and after-school activities. Amber was a child who embodied joy, innocence, and compassion. A little girl who loved her family, cherished her brother, and lit up the world around her. Her short life made a lasting impression on everyone who knew her, and her tragic loss would go on to change the nation in ways no one could have imagined. She was a little girl with a pink bicycle and big dreams, a child who should have grown up. But on one winter afternoon in 1996, she disappeared, and what happened next would forever change how America searches for missing children. Amber Renee Hagerman was born on November 25, 1986, in Arlington, Texas. By early 1996, she was 9 years old, a joyful, energetic child who loved her family, school, and the simple magic of childhood. She rode her pink bicycle everywhere. She loved her younger brother, Ricky, fiercely, often looking after him like a miniature mother. She played with Barbie dolls, watched Disney movies, and dreamed the dreams only children dream. Amber lived with her mother, Donna Williams, who was working hard to build a better life for her children. Theirs was a normal family, full of love, challenges, and everyday moments. But nothing could have prepared them for what would happen next. On Saturday, January 13, 1996, Amber and Ricky took their bicycles to an old, abandoned grocery store parking lot on East Abram Street, a familiar place where neighborhood kids played, felt safe. It was close to their grandparents' home. Nothing seemed dangerous. After a few minutes, Ricky turned back home. Amber stayed behind, wanting to ride her bike just a little longer. That single choice would become the pivot point of an entire nation's heartbreak. Only 8 minutes passed. 8 minutes between the world as it was and the world as it would become. At around 3:18 p.m., a witness, 78-year-old Jimmy Kevill, saw something horrifying from his backyard. A black pickup truck pulled into the lot. A man jumped out, grabbed Amber, and forced her into the truck while she kicked, fought, and screamed for help. And then, just like that, she was gone. Kevill immediately called 911. Police rushed to the scene, but the kidnapper had vanished. Amber's pink bicycle lay on the ground, the chain still turning, the world still unaware of the tragedy that had just unfolded. No other witnesses, no license plate, no second chance. What followed was a frantic, citywide search. Police, volunteers, neighbors, everyone looked. They scoured creeks, fields, and drainage areas. Helicopters flew overhead. Flyers went up across Texas. But hope was crushed 4 days later. On January 17, 1996, a man walking his dog discovered a small body in a creek behind an apartment complex, only a few miles from where Amber had been taken. It was Amber. Her throat had been slashed. The injuries were brutal. Her life stolen by a predator who had left almost nothing behind. The community broke, shocked, angry, grieving. How could a child be taken in broad daylight? How could someone commit such violence and never be found? Then came a spark of hope. A woman named Diana Simone called a local radio station. Her question was simple. If we can send emergency alerts for storms, why not for missing children? Why not use the emergency alert system to instantly share descriptions, vehicles, last known locations, critical details to help the public search? She asked that this new system be named in Amber's memory. Arlington listened. Broadcasters listened. Police listened. And out of tragedy grew a national safety net. The Amber Alert System, America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response, created in honor of Amber Hagerman. Adopted first in Texas, then nationwide, it transformed cell phones, highway signs, radio, TV, and social media into instant tools to save kidnapped children. Because of Amber, over 1,161 children have been safely recovered. Children who might not have survived without an alert named after her. Amber's short life changed the world in ways no one could have predicted. Yet the most painful truth remains. Nearly 30 years later, Amber's killer has never been caught. Investigators have followed over 7,000 tips. They believe the suspect was likely familiar with Arlington. They know he drove a black 1980s, 90s single-cab pickup truck, short wheelbase, plain, no chrome. But the man himself has never been identified. Today, detectives are turning to advanced DNA testing and genetic genealogy, hoping that modern science can succeed where earlier methods failed. The case remains open. The file never closed. The hope for justice still alive. Every time an Amber Alert flashes across a phone, every time a community unites to search for a missing child, every time a child comes home safe, Amber Hagerman is there. Her story, tragic, heartbreaking, unforgettable, became the catalyst for a nationwide system that has saved lives across America. One child's tragedy became a shield for thousands. And though her killer still walks free, her legacy stands stronger than ever. If you have any information, no matter how small, about the abduction or murder of Amber Hagerman, contact the Arlington Police Department. Tip lines are still open. Detectives are still listening. Because one day, one detail, one voice, may finally bring justice to a little girl who deserved so much more.